Hi everybody, it's your guy here, the unknown, and today I want to share something very important with you. Please pay close attention. Guys, let me repeat this. There is no mistakes when it comes to the market, and there is no coincidence. The market is always correct, okay? Today we had a lot of good setups throughout the day, but prices didn't really move as expected. Although there are some pairs that moved, and I will share with you two trades that I got. Okay, so if prices don't move during the day, do not force trades. Do not force trades, because if they are not gonna move, they are not gonna move. Okay, and sometimes, yes, you might take a trade thinking it's gonna move and it doesn't move. If you did everything according to your plan, well, then that is good. But when you see that now prices are not going anywhere like they did in US Swiss franc, you'll see they went up, coming down. That's choppy. Then you have to exit. Okay, you don't have to wait for them to hit your stops. You can just exit right away. Okay, so if markets do not move throughout the day, there is a reason. Remember, everything is timed, everything is planned well. Okay, so today we didn't have much moves, but if you look now, we are just having very crazy big moves. And I know that many people are not on the market now because mostly it's cheaper for them to move the market when less people are in the market. Okay, because they don't have to compete with very big orders. You know that in order to move the market down, then they have to actually sell to everyone who is buying. Okay, so when there is less volume in the market, it becomes more cheaper. So you are gonna see days when they move the market very late. You are gonna see days when they hold the market and move it on Friday. The same applies to when there is like news like formic news like non-form. They are more likely to hold prices during the day itself in preparation for the US session, where the non-form news will be released, or later in the evening when the formic news will be released. Okay, so that's a common practice. If you see prices not moving, always know there is a reason for all of that. Okay, and don't panic, don't think like you are wrong or whatsoever. Okay, that happens most of the time. They use time against everybody. Okay, so just note that. Okay, so let me show you a couple of trades I took. First of all, let me show you this. This is highly important, and I want all of you to know this. Okay, I don't know if I go to bigger time frame. Yes, perfect. You see this session made a high and a low. Okay, and then this was the high. Let me just zoom this thing out for everybody to see. Okay, because that's what I want to do. You see, this was the high of the Asian session, this was the low of the Asian session, and then when the London opened, it went down. You see, it went down, closed everybody who bought from the Asian session, and it kept going down. Okay, and it made a low here before the US opens. So as you see, here they hit prices perfectly. I told you I become curious when I see them hitting prices perfectly, because they want people to think this is a very strong support or resistance, whatever it is. Okay, by hitting it perfectly. Okay, because that's what book says. Okay, and as you can see, they've hit prices perfectly. So this means everybody who sold here and sold here, maybe because of this resistance, was in profit as London traded. Okay, and then London placed the low, and that low was broken by the US session. Okay, now let's look at where the equity opening candle is. I always wait for the equity. If you look carefully, this candle, this engulfing candle, is now the equity opening. I told you, if you see sessions lined up like this, like where they go, let me show you something. Let me draw some boxes. If, say, maybe this is the first session, and this is the second session, and maybe this is the third session, most likely you will see something like this. Why? Because people who are actually buying from here Asian session, okay, they are actually in profit as prices go up. Okay, say maybe it makes a high, and just before the London it makes the low, and the London session trades. Okay, and then maybe London session again makes a high and then makes a low. So you know that everybody who bought here is in profit. Again, everybody who bought here is still in profit. Okay, And now this is the third session. What did we say about the number 3? We did say this is a very psychological number, and as you can see, they are pulling people up, pulling people up, and pulling people up. People believe things on the third attempt. Now we are on the third session, and they pulled back and showed that it's an uptrend. Indicators are now detecting the uptrend, and again, traders are stubborn. Those stubborn traders can now see it's an uptrend, and they will be willing to enter. And immediately when these guys enter, obviously the US is gonna throw a stop hunt, which closes everybody from the London session. Okay, maybe people who sold here, it closes them, and again it leads people to buying. And as people buy, we are more likely to see something like this. Why? Now, because remember, who is in profit? I want you to understand this concept, because this is something you will see most of the days and most of the time. Okay, who is in profit? Obviously, when Asian session opens, people who bought from Asia, they are the ones who are in profit. Okay, and when the US opens, let me show you something. Okay, when the US opens, you see the US is opening here. Okay, we are inside the low. When the US opens, who is in profit? Obviously, people who sold here are in profit. That's why the US hits the money, and then it comes back to those who are in profit. So you are gonna see this most of the time. And if this happens exactly at the equity open, this becomes a brings trade. We have shared this many times. A brings trade is a trade that pulls people in one direction using 3 sessions, and immediately at the equity open it punishes and reverses. So you must know what a brings trade is. Okay, it's very, very important to know what a brings trade is. Okay, I repeat, a brings trade is a trade that pulls people into one direction, and when the equity opens, it throws a stops and reverses. Okay, in this case, you see it reversed with an engulfing candle. Okay, and this is US 30. You see, they gave this engulfing candle after the stop hunt. The stop hunt closes traders who were in profit, and again it sends traders into the wrong direction. We have talked numerous times about this. Okay, we spoke about this, we discussed what a stop hunt is, and we always wait for a stop hunt and the equity time to open. For me, guys, I repeat, I always wait for the equity time to open, and I don't want to jump in right before news. Okay, today, well, we had news around 5 p.m. okay, and by the time the news came, this trade has already traded. Okay, where is the high? Who is in profit? Obviously it's coming for those who are in profit. You see, this is a lot of pips to get on a trade. Okay, clean in and out. You see, clean in and out. This is the take profit that I had. Okay, this was so clean in and out. And let me repeat this, because most people miss this. The most important thing, there are 3 important things when you are trading. Okay, the first thing is the time. Time is very important. Everything is timed. Okay, time, that's one thing people miss. For me, it's either gonna be 9:30, okay, 9:30 US time. Sometimes they can move during 8:30 US time. Okay, they can move at 8:30, and they can also move at 9:30. These are the 2 times that I'm most interested in, and usually I was trading the equity open, which I'm still doing. But again, it's all about becoming better every day, and as I am practicing every day, I get to see what really happens. Sometimes on the currencies, they are more likely to move at 8:30. So if they move at 8:30 after a stop hunt, I will enter. Okay, that's something I have been working on, because I realized that sometimes they do move early. Okay, but I usually prefer waiting for the equity opening time. Okay, because that's when I get the best results. But just know that sometimes they can move at 8:30. Okay, you see, this was a very, very clean trade. Okay, very clean trade, and then this happened right now. But fortunately for me, on this one I didn't even take it. Okay, but already I was curious. Let me show you something. I was already curious on these kind of trades. I was already curious, guys. I just want to be honest with you. I was already curious. You see, You see how these things have just been rising. Guys, this is crazy. If there is a pump big like this, there's surely gonna be a dump. So on the daily time frame, we got our engulf, and this could be the beginning of a dump, but we will see. But surely this could be a beginning of a huge dump, okay? But we will see about that. I'm not saying go and say this is the beginning of a dump. I'm saying they have given an engulfing candle, okay, that has engulfed 1 2 3 4 5 days, okay. It could be a retracement, but it can also be the beginning of a huge dump. I also took I think today I took 3 trades, okay. I also took let me show you another beautiful trade that I took. It was on oil, okay, crude, okay. As you can see, when it comes to oil, again, I was curious because of how prices have been rising, okay. Prices have been rising crazily, as you can see, okay. Look here, prices have been rising, and I'm not saying you must counter trend. No, I don't do counter trending, okay, but the same principle applies. Let me show you what I'm talking about. You see, we were on day 3, yes. Let's see, yes, we were on the day 1, day 2. No, this is an inside day. I didn't really do day counting on this one, but I observed the sessions, okay, because the sessions are like they give you the same thing as the day count. You see, this is the high that the Asia made, okay, and then this is the high that the London made. So obviously everybody, let's look at the low of Asia. So obviously, okay, everybody who actually everybody who bought here is in profit. As we go up, everybody who bought on the London session is in profit, and the US comes and closes everybody from the Asia who maybe have sold, and then again it sends people up, okay. Let me show you what I did. Because usually I go to a 1 minute time frame, okay. I go to a 1 minute time frame, and I will show you what I saw. This was the 3rd session that went up, okay, and I always wait for the equity to open, okay. In my case today, the equity opened right here. This is the candle that opened the equity, okay. So what happened is you see, let me show you, okay. This is the first candle that opened the equity, okay. This is the candle that opened the equity, and they went up, okay, and I just marked my chart as I always do, okay. This is a shoulder, okay. The patterns, we've spoken about the patterns, guys. When you practice, there's a lot of things you have to be thinking about when you're trading, okay. It's not just a matter of saying, oh, this is day 3, now I'm entering. No, it doesn't happen like that. You will lose a lot if that's how you think, okay. There's a lot of things you actually have to be thinking about. We have patterns, we have levels, the time of the day, and all sort of things, okay. So you see, I waited for the equity to open, okay, which opened right here. They went up, you see, and they gave a shoulder, head, shoulder. This is a head and shoulder already. This is the 3rd session that has pulled people up. This is by itself a brings trade. You see, they gave me this, and this broke structure, okay. This broke structure on a 1 minute time frame, and as you see, these ones are highly volatile. I want to trade them at a on a 1 minute time frame. Of course, I also look at higher time frames, but my entry, I keep it on a very small time frame, okay. So as you can see, I entered this trade right here, okay. And I rated it. I rated it up to 50 pips. Where is it? Yes, I set my take profit here at 50 pips, and that's where I took my profit, okay. I took my profit exactly at 50 pips on oil today, which was a good trade. But again, the psychology behind is they pull people up during the Asia, As you can see from here, they pull people up, since this is the low and this is the high of Asia, okay? And then they pull people up during the London, and then during the USA they come and close everybody, and still again they pull people up. So it's the same psychology as on this one, okay? It's the same psychology as on this one, okay? And I got my beautiful entry on a 1 minute time frame. And guys, this was so beautiful. This is where I got my entry, but on a 1 minute time frame, okay? And my stops were above, okay? So this was a very, very beautiful trade for me for today, and I enjoyed 50 pips. I didn't really know the markets were gonna move today, but fortunately something nice happened, okay? I'll show you. NASDAQ. When we came to NASDAQ, I was already I was like, okay, I was very careful on NASDAQ today, okay? And I will show you the reasons why. First of all, I wasn't looking for a buy on NASDAQ, because if you can look, NASDAQ has been going up so crazily. Let me show you so that you can know or see what has been happening lately. Oh no, not USD CAD. Okay, okay, not USD CAD. Where's NASDAQ? Okay, fine. Here's NASDAQ. Let me just do this. You see, if I can just pull this thing back like here, you see what NASDAQ has been doing. NASDAQ has been going up crazily. This is how NASDAQ has been going up, and it did break. This break here is a sign of weakness, okay? Why? Because it's a break of structure, and the break in structure, and now it shows weakness. Whenever a market is going like this up and they break structure, that's a sign of weakness, and obviously we sell things with weaknesses, okay? So NASDAQ gave a very good trade on a buy side, but for me personally, honestly, I didn't take it, okay? Even though the trade was way too good when it went up, but I wasn't much interested in it, okay? Because as I said, I wasn't going to buy NASDAQ, obviously because of what I've showed you. NASDAQ has been going up and up and up and up, okay? And I know people will say, oh, trend is your friend. Yes, but for me personally, there's a time when I can see that, oh, this thing has been pumped and pumped and pumped and pumped, has been pumped for a long time, okay? So I did see this. So this is a pump, and this might be a beginning of a dump. We don't know. We will see, okay? We'll take each day as it comes, okay? We take each day as it comes. So we don't want to be speculating or saying things, because I know people will just be looking for a buy. And the reason is people don't really want to put in the work. People don't want to practice. And that's one of the problems that I have, okay? I really want to share with you some trades that I take, or even some live trades, but the problem is I know that if I decide to share live trades with all of you, you're no longer gonna practice, you're no longer gonna put in the work, you're just gonna copy. When I buy, you buy. When I sell, you sell. And sometimes I lose, you will lose, and it's gonna be bad. You don't need a loss from somebody. Remember, we are trading for different reasons, and one of those reasons is actually the fact that we want to be free, have time, and financial freedom. And you're not gonna have time or independence if you are still copying trades, okay? You only get independence once you have mastered your own setup, okay? We have shared a lot of setup. Even on the playbook, I shared one setup, which is good. If you follow it, it will really help you, okay? So I tried to simplify it there, okay? And the playbook is in the description. So guys, maybe I will do live trading, but I don't really think it's gonna help, because most people are not putting in the work. If you put in the work, guys, believe me, if you put in the work, everything will be so easy. Right now for me in South Africa, it's 11:30 in the night, but I'm still up sharing this information with you. And every day I backtest for more than 4 hours every day, okay? Not 4 hours like I'm just gonna backtest for 4 hours right now. No, I can backtest an hour now, and then later I backtest another hour. Why? Because Guys, honestly, trading is boring. Okay, trading is boring. Once you take a trade, you have to either wait for the next session or allow your trade to run. Okay, some people want to keep themselves busy and they end up ruining good trades, closing them, opening. I did that. I thought like I'm doing nothing. Hey, I was so bored, so I want to over manage my trades. Sometimes you have to give your trades time to play out and allow it all your profits to run, okay, and wait for the right session. Trading is more about waiting than executing, so it's boring. That's why most of the time I keep myself busy by reading trading books, by back testing, by listening to podcast, or watching movies or whatsoever, okay, because trading is really boring. Okay, so this trade, fortunately for me, I was able to get it. Well, let me show you. I told you today I wasn't buying NASDAQ. Today I wasn't buying NASDAQ. NASDAQ was not my favorite to buy. Okay, you see this trade pinned and made this engulf, and already I have seen that, okay, this is the session that has closed every session. Everybody who was in profit from Asia was closed. Everybody who was in profit from London was closed, and I knew that, okay, this trade could reverse. Okay, why? Because already they have shown signs of weakness. Okay, and let me just show you the trade that I took. Okay, this is the trade that I took. Okay, you see I took it here. Okay, I took it here on a 1 minute time frame, and that's exactly when it made an M pattern. Okay, let me go back here. You see what NASDAQ did. NASDAQ gave an M pattern after giving this doji candle. Okay, they gave an M pattern on a 1 minute time frame, and remember, this is the last hour of the session, and we did say that, okay, time rotation is important. Okay, so you see they made an M, and I took it when this M was engulfed. You see, when they engulfed back into the EMA, that's where I took it. There was still room for it to go down, but I took it and I never closed it. I just took it because I knew it was at the high of the day. I don't usually trade like that, but today I took it, and as you can see right now, before I started recording, I revisited this trade, and guys, wow, I was so happy to see that it has gone so many pips, and I had to close it after this pin. Okay, because I wasn't sure if it was gonna keep going down or if it was gonna reverse. Okay, so this is the trade I took on NASDAQ, and I took it right during the session time. Okay, it's just that I allowed it to run, and another important thing is placing of stops. I told you, place your stops at places where if they are hit, you know you were wrong. Some people want to squeeze their stops. Guys, don't think like that. Let me tell you something important. You know, once you put money into your trading account, that money is an illusion. Okay, you're gonna be scared of losing it, but to make more from it, you have to manage that money. You have to be willing to risk it. Okay, it's a risk that pays. When you have bigger stops, okay, that's a risk you have taken based on the opportunity that has been presented. It's not always about having a 10 pip stop loss. Had I had a smaller stop, they could have stopped me out here with spreads. Okay, but I had a nice stop at the high of the day. This is why when I came back right now, as I was willing to share this information with you, I found that, oh, okay, NASDAQ has gone down and it's going down. So then I decided to close. Okay, and that was a good trade, honestly, for me today. Okay, it's a very good trade for me today. Okay, and again, once something start going down like this, I do not buy, okay, or sell. For me to sell, I want a pullback. Okay, because when I saw this triangle here, I took another nice trade which gave me 60 pips. I took it here. You see, this is an engulf. Okay, they tried to go up here, and then they failed, okay, and then they engulfed this. I took another entry immediately after this engulf, and I took it back to the low, and it gave me 60 pips. Already, if a market is falling like this, you don't want to be counter trending. Do not catch a falling knife, okay? Because there are people who believe in counter trending. I love counter trending most of the time if I understand what's happening, but it's not always about counter trending, okay? Do not catch a falling knife. It's gonna pierce through your hand, okay? So this is what I took again, okay, because I exited early on that pin as I showed you, okay, on the pin as I showed you, but I had the opportunity to re-enter, okay. So guys, let me show you something that is highly important that people all mostly ignore, okay. Let me show you. No, it's not here. Let me show you. Let's go back. Okay, you see, every time during your session time, if you have a good opportunity, this is what it means by saying a pump and a dump. You see, already you see that prices are falling, then they pump them, okay. It could be next to the level at the right time inside the EMA. They pump them, then they give you an engulf. You see, this is an engulf as compared to this candle, okay. This is what a pump and dump means, and this is what will give you good trades. This is just an example I want to show you. You see, as they are now going down, you see now they engulf yesterday's high, and they engulf the opening price. You see, this is where you enter, and you enjoy the big moves. So this is gonna happen always. Okay, every time it's gonna happen, okay. You see, this is a pump, and then this is a dump for a pump. You see, a dump for a pump, okay. Session opens, they dump prices back, and then they engulf this candle. You see, this is how you trade. Always wait for price. Let me show you. If prices are already going up, okay, always wait for that dump and then an engulf towards the direction of the trend. This is how you will be able to get good trades, okay. The move is already going, you wait for the dump, then the pump. The same thing I'm trying to explain here. The move is already happening, then they pump prices up, they engulf. You see, this is a very good entry, but I'm not referring to it now, okay. I'm referring to an entry every day when you trade after the equity is opened, okay, at the right time, at the right level. This is what you need, okay. If it's at any of these levels, this is a very good way of trading, but some people want to wait for prices that are falling. Let me show you something. If you're gonna be entering here, yes, this is a good sign that the market is already going, but you're getting a very bad fill, okay. This is a bad fill, okay, but when they pump up and dump, you are getting the very best fill, okay. So it's not about just entering, you want to get the best fill. You see, instead of chasing these candles, wait for a dump, then an engulf that pumps prices. If it's going down, wait for, say maybe, okay, prices already going down, wait for a pump, wait for that pump, okay, because this is a stop hunt into people who are chasing the move. They want to close everybody else, and they want people to start selling, taking the opposite direction. Then wait for the engulf in the direction of the trend. You will never go wrong if this is how you base your entries, okay. So guys, with that said, I really appreciate you, and please be patient, okay. Always know that there's no mistake, no coincidence. Time is the most important thing. Why? Because the market is timed. And do not enter before news, okay. Do not enter before news, okay. So okay, what if news like already pump into my direction? There's gonna be a dump, okay. News will always give you an opportunity, just as I showed you on NASDAQ. I re-entered here. This is a pump for a dump, okay. So you could have missed the whole move, Okay, you could have missed the whole move if you understand. This is already, the market is broken down. Okay, and when a market is broken down like this, it's more likely to go the whole day. Okay, or it's more likely to go and go and go and never reverse. Okay, so they are gonna pull back. You saw I closed this trade when they were pulling back. Okay, there are people who will be counter trending, trying to buy. Okay, because there are people who are seeing what's happening on the market. So whenever people are trying to counter trend, they are gonna get caught. And then, as you can see, let me show you, this is on a 1 minute time frame. You see, this is your engulf. They pump prices up, they give a doji at a level, they dump. Okay, I exited here, so I wasn't gonna re-enter right here again. Okay, so you see, if you are taking it back to the low, 34 pips, if you are holding plus 85 pips, okay, before pulling back. But again, for me, I re-entered here at this is an engulf. It's a small candle, but it's an engulf inside the triangle. Okay, so once they gave this candle, I re-entered. Okay, had my stops just above here, and then I got 60. Yes, I got 60 pips to the low. Okay, so this is the most easiest trade. Wait for a pump to dump. Okay, because people want to chase moves. Don't be like a newbie trader. Okay, those are the things we do when we are still learning to trade. We are chasing moves. But once we have mastered trading, we are no longer you can't be buying, selling on this candle. It makes no sense. They're gonna punish you. Okay, always anticipate the punishment. Okay, more especially if you're on a 1 minute time frame. That's how you can get the very best entries, and that's how you will learn to scale in. On a 1 minute time frame, there will be multiple pullbacks, and those are multiple opportunities to enter. If you are using a 5 minutes or a 15 minutes, you might not get those perfect entry points. But on a 1 minute, the pullbacks will really give you an opportunity. You see, down 1, 2, 3, engulf. This is your entry. If you doubted, you could have entered here, and then you could have enjoyed the move. I'm just trying to show you. I'm not saying you should have caught this move, but I'm showing you how I trade every day. I'm showing you how to enter the market. Okay, wait for a pump and a dump. The dump will be given through an engulfing candle. Why? An engulf shift zones immediately. Okay, so for me, I actually didn't want to re-enter once my take profit was hit. I was out of the market. So NASDAQ today delivered. So guys, just remember, don't enter before there's news. If news trade and go in your direction, they will pull back. Okay, they will pull back. We had beautiful setups. I had a setup on USD CAD because this one, for me, it was trapping for a long time, and again it was day 3. Okay, today, and then the news just went down and down and down, but it didn't really move. And now I know that they were preparing for a reversal later. Okay, this is something I was anticipating, but it didn't happen up until now late. So these are things you should know. Even gold didn't really move. Okay, gold didn't really move up until late. That's when now they came down. Okay, you see, these are things that the market does. Okay, if they don't move, everything is timed. Just know that. No mistake, no coincidence. Anyway guys, kindly subscribe if you are new. If you are part of the family, please like, comment, for the sake of the algorithm. The more people whom this content can reach, the better. Okay, so guys, always remember what I said: pump, dump. Okay, I did that on all the trades I entered. Okay, if we were to go back for a recap, when I entered oil, I waited for this pump, dump, pump, dump. The dump is followed by what? By an engulfing candle. Every time you see my entries, they're gonna be like this. Don't try to chase moves. Oh, you feel that move is going, now you have to sell it here. They will punish you, okay? They will punish you, okay? If you're on a bigger time frame, yes, you can enter because it will be a very big candle, okay? That will be okay to enter. But if you're in a smaller time frame, more especially the one, wait for a pump. You see a pump, then they give you see these big candles, they were misleading people. Then they give you 2 pins, 2 doji, then followed by an engulf. There's no reason to be scared. Enter. The most important thing, if you want to sell, wait for them to pump prices up, then get the dump, okay? That's the most important thing. Anyway, I'll make a video dedicated to that. But guys, always wait for the equity time, okay? Once you get the equity time, you will not have to wait longer before they give the trade. If they don't give it after the equity time, look at each and every 15 minutes, look at each and every 30 minutes, look at each and every 1 hour candle that is opening. If they don't give it, they will give it at the end of the session. If not exactly at the end, you can wait 30 minutes after the session, okay? Mostly that's when you'll get your trade, okay? I exited at 50 pips. They did give another opportunity, but as you can see, they gave a very big opportunity, a very big one. I didn't get this, but I'm satisfied. So guys, I really appreciate you and I wish you all the best. But please, please, please go back and back test. Put in the hours, put in the work, okay? Put in the hours and put in the work. It's not just a matter of saying it's a first red day, it's a third day, it's this. No. Go and put in the work, okay? Then you will understand everything. I really want to do live trades, but honestly, what I see right now, most people are not putting in the work. People will just copy, okay? And if I'm no longer there to actually do videos, then you will be stuck, or you will have to go and look for another strategy or find somebody who's doing live. So if you need the independence, chase it, guys. Everything is possible. I thank you.